We don't have a very quickly look at my screen of many delights and talk about what I'm going to talk about. Firstly, if you're watching probably on the catch-up at this point, because no one's watching right now, thanks for joining. And if you're one of the few subscribers who've joined in the last week, thank you so much. That is incredible. If you're wondering what that is, that's all the text to my second children's book that I've started to try and illustrate. I've got as far as page 1. It's going to take a while, but each one of those verses is a page. It's all in poetry, and it's rather nice. But I've left it there because it's a constant reminder that I need to get stuff done. But I have a massive mountain of stuff to do, and it's all piling up crazy time. And as such, that's why I'm going live on Saturday. I haven't literally had time to prepare anything today, and I didn't want to let people down. And I want to keep up the, praising the lords of the algorithm by constantly doing a video on a Tuesday and a Saturday, until such time as either I hit monetization status, which is still quite a ways away. And then I could probably do maybe 3 videos a week, maybe 4, I don't know. But at the moment, apart from my day job, which is illustrating for a publisher, I've got about 3 books on the go for them. I've got another book on the side to proofread and illustrate. I've got an audio book coming up, the second in a series of 8. And I've got a whole new sideline, which is a completely different client for completely different type of work. And I'm doing 2, sometimes 3 days a week. I've literally just done 3 hours today. So I finished at 12 and now it's 1 o'clock. So I thought it all helps. I'm super grateful of all the work, but it's a lot. And where most people get a lot of time to sort of work from 9 to 5 and knock off, etc. I've just got to work crazy hours. I went to bed this morning at about 4 a.m. And not all of it is work, admittedly. I kind of work and I watch stuff I want to watch as well on the other monitor. And there's also downtime. There's revenge bedtime procrastination. If you've never heard what that is, that's basically when you've done the stuff that you need to do for other people and, jobs and blah, blah, blah. And then you don't go to bed, even if you're tired, because you think, this is my time. It's nice and quiet now. And you stay up for a good few hours, even though you should be sleeping away to have energy the next day. And you wake up completely knackered and you don't you wish you hadn't stayed up, but you kind of sometimes you need me time, and that's the way it goes. My sleep pattern is all over the shop, and what makes things bizarre is that in the line of work I do, which is freelance, self-employed, whatever you want to call it, a lot of people expect you to answer emails at 1 o'clock on a Sunday night, or Monday morning, or 8 o'clock in the evening on a school day, and it's like, I don't want to set up a automatic email response saying, sorry, you've caught me out of office hours. I will be back to you on 9 o'clock tomorrow morning. But I might have to do that because people expect you to, I've got, certain clients will message me, 10 p.m. on a Sunday night and go, I need this job ASAP. And you're like, dude, do you do that to your, anyone else? Obviously taxi drivers, I suppose they have to, but you know what I mean? Sometimes I just want to go, yeah, speak to me during office hours, guys. 9 to 5 sounds great, but sometimes it's not always workable. And in their defense, on their side, sometimes I need a day off from what I'm doing to go and do other stuff, whether I've got to travel to the opticians, the hospital for eye stuff, if I need to pick something up, do the running around, the shopping, that kind of stuff. sometimes you've got to do all that in the daytime. Well, we're 5 minutes in and no one's watching. This always happens. And then the second I want to leave, like 12 people join in. But I'll keep yapping right now. But the reason I'm on is I want to talk a little bit about Barry Cardin CollectorCon 2026, which is coming up. What day is it today? It's the 9th. Not this weekend, the weekend coming. So basically it's going to be the 16th and the 17th of May. So that's the coming weekend. And I'm going to be hosting. I got a very wacky suit. You might have seen it all in planets and stars and stuff all over me. That'd be quite cool. Again, I need to pop out and get a nice new shirt. And I don't know when I'm going to find time to do that. But where's all the photos? I'm on the wrong Facebook page. Is that it? We'll have a look now. Photos. No. It's a bit weird. Public group. Maybe that's it. I think we are. Yeah. So what it is, there's still no one on my viewers list at the moment. If you are actually watching, which would be cool, please say hello in the chat so I know. But I can see according to this that no one is watching. I think we are. That's weird. Okay. There it says one watching. Oh, that'll be me then. I'm just monitoring what's going on. Obviously I'll have to say this again once people start signing in. If anyone signs in today, it's a nice day. I don't blame everyone for being out. So I'll keep talking as if this is a normal video until somebody asks me a question. But I am hosting quite a few of the panels. I don't think I'm hosting all of them, but I'm hosting quite a few. I'm going to try and bring up a list of the guests. Special guests, here we go. I probably should display the capture thing. How do we do that? Nope, that's not it. Webcam. Here we go. Is that right? I don't know. Yeah, so I can't even remember how we do both. Maybe I should do that. Oh, there's me. Let's make me small then. There we go. Alrighty. So, special guests. Matthew Horn from Gavin and Stacey. He played Gavin. 2 people have just signed in. Oh, actually, one person has signed in because the other one is me. Hello, whoever you are. I'm going to hazard a guess that it's Matt. Anyway, so special guests are Matthew Horn from Gavin and Stacey, the legendary Chris Barry. I'm super, super excited to meet that guy. He's a bit of a hero. Norman Lovett and Hattie Hayridge, who both played Holly, and they are stand-up comedians in their own right. Hugo Myatt from Nightmare. Paul McGann from... Well, he was in a film called With Nail and I don't know if anybody remembers that, but yes, of course, he is Doctor Who as well. Colin Baker, me and Colin go way back. We're like this. He recorded the audiobook version of my first novel, so it'd be nice to meet up with him again. Nicola Bryant, I've spoken to her once or twice in the past. She played Colin's assistant, Purpa Gilliam Brown, also known as Perry, and the legendary Sian Phillips, who was in Dune, amongst many other things. I think she's Welsh. With a name like Sian, she should be, you know. Any road, there's going to be a Red Dwarf panel, a Doctor Who panel, a Matthew Horn panel, Q&A. I don't know about Hugo Myatt yet, or Sian Phillips. I'm sure there will be. But they're going to be doing signings. They're going to be doing photo sessions and stuff. Go to this Facebook page. You know, if you want to chat, if you want to find out about photo sessions and pre-books, it looks like the photo opportunities are pre-book only, and the deadline is, according to that, the 8th of May. The 8th of May. The 8th of May. So that may be over. I don't know. But there's over 50 traders there. Whoever's watching, say hello in the chat. Otherwise, I'm talking to myself. But tickets are still for sale. There's really good prices, something like 20 quid. And this is going to be a great con, considering you don't have to travel too far if you're in the South Wales area. Usually you've got to travel all the way to Birmingham, London, or Bristol or somewhere to get an event like this. And this is going to be a corker. And as I'm hosting, there's also cosplay competitions. If you're a cosplayer, and I have been in the past, and I don't do it too much nowadays, but there will be prizes. I don't know what the prizes are as such, because there will be added prizes, but I have sorted out medals and trophies. I don't have the trophies with me, but I have the medals. Look, gold, silver and bronze. These are metal. There's the bronze, which is very nice. There's the gold, which is very nice. And there's the silver, which is very nice. So you've got third, second and first. Fourth, second and third place. And there'll be the medals on Saturday and Sunday. And the first prize gets a cup, a golden trophy cup. It might be a silver cup. I can't remember. Anyway, so there'll be a cup for the first prize and then medals for second, third and fourth runners up. They're going to be awesome. And what was I going to say? Yes, going back to the guests and the panels, I would like, whenever you're watching this, in the comments below, suggest a question. Don't go mad. Don't like a list of 12 questions. I'm going to need like one question for each guest. Because, I mean, I can sit down and do my research about Gavin and Stacey, Red Dwarf, Doctor Who, etc. But it'd be good if, if the hive mind out there, the viewers, the watchers, will have a question for any of these guests on the show list here. Oh, they've added a new guest, and that is the mighty, the wonderful Louise Jameson. Just been announced. She was, if you're of a certain age, you'll know her as Rosa DiMarco, Beppe's mother in EastEnders for a while. If you're even older, you'll know her from a World War II prisoner of war camp drama called Tenko. But if you're a nerd, you'll know her as Leela from Doctor Who, Tom Baker's companion. So she's going to be there as well. So that's 2 companions and 2 doctors. How good is that? I'm very excited to meet Louise as well. Never met her before. But yeah, I've got questions. I need to put together questions for these celebs and personalities and ask them stuff. So it would be good if you've got an idea for a question, stick it in the chat or stick it in the comments below. And I'll pick out what I think is the one that's going to interest the audience most. Because the way most panels go is they talk for 45 minutes and then, give 5 minutes Q&A to the audience. But I want to do it the other way around. I want to talk for 5-10 minutes to the celebs, ask them a question or two each, and then open it to the audience, because the audience want, they're more interested in getting their questions answered. So I think that would be great. How do we get back to the? There we are. So there are 50 traders. There are 50 traders and plenty of food, cosplayers, UK Garrison, Star Wars costuming group, plenty Ghostbusters, Dino Mania on Sunday, food vans, vehicles. There's so much going on. It's going to be the event of the year, which is why I'm stressed, because I got so much work to do. Plus, I got to prepare for hosting this thing for 2 days, which I'm super looking forward to. I've been speaking to the organisers and Barry Bados, who had written down the bottom there about everything else, and I've got to get prepared for that. So I'm making my timetable. Sorry, told you it was a late night last night. Schedules and stuff. So there's a lot going on. So if you've just joined the chat, I can see there's like 3 people in there now. Say hi or forever hold your peace. Um, I'm talking about the Barry Card and Collector Con, which is happening next weekend. I'm hosting, and I'd like some questions for these guests. So I'll quickly run through them again. Matthew Horn from Gavin and Stacey, Chris Barry from Red Dwarf, Norman Lovett from Red Dwarf, Hattie Hayridge from Red Dwarf, Hugo Mayat from Nightmare, Paul McGann from Doctor Who and With Nail and Eye, Keltec, hello mate. It's a shame. But, if there's anything you're interested in, I can keep an eye out for you or get stuff for you. Colin Baker, obviously Doctor Who, Nicola Bryant, Doctor Who, Sean Phillips, Dune, and a bunch of other things, plus Louise Jameson from Doctor Who will be the guests. There may be 1 or 2 more. I don't know just yet. We did have Peter Davison, but due to filming and he's not able to make it, which is gutting because he was one of my favourite doctors. Still, I'm sure we'll have a great time with Colin Baker, Paul McGann, Nicola Bryant, and Louise Jameson on the Doctor Who panel. But I need questions. I need some questions for these guests. I'll probably do another video nearer the time, possibly Tuesday actually, and I'll put it out on my socials, mainly Instagram, because that's what I'm trying to do these days. And like I say, for the cosplay competition, we have medals: bronze for 4th place, silver for silver for 3rd place, gold for 2nd place. And for the 1st place, there will be other prizes from the traders and the organisers, plus a trophy cup type thing. So that will be awesome. So it's not a bad lineup, is it? It's a lot better than. Oh, is it better than last year? Yeah, bigger names. Hello, Paul. Yes, on the Sunday. You were at the same event, Paul, that I didn't go to. This was a sort of an audience with Louise Jameson, wasn't it? And a friend of mine went down there. That was Christian from the Comic Guru. He got me Louise's autograph, which is great. By the way, Paul, I don't know if you've heard anything from Christian. He's not been in the best of health, and he's gone very quiet on social media. I'm kind of concerned, and I reached out, but there's no reply. I hope he's all right. So yes, it's going to be a very fun weekend. I'm going to be run off my feet, and like I say, the work I've got at home to deal with, on top of my day job, my side job, and all the other things, the voiceover stuff, the audiobooks, it's all piling up. And after I come back from this convention, I will probably spend a day and a half in bed. I'm not lying. I'm going to be cream crackered, as they say. But it'll be well worth it. This is the big event for me. And also, I have to mention, because I've mentioned it on my socials, that after this event is out the way, my Facebook page, my main personal Facebook page, is not disappearing, but it's not going to be monitored. I'm going to be one of those people who has a Facebook page but never uses it. I will be posting links to my YouTube videos on my Terry Cooper YouTube page, and possibly keep my artwork page up in case I get any sort of art commissions in that way, or voiceover stuff. But my main Facebook page is going to be empty, unmonitored, and very dusty very soon, because I've tried to do this many times. I hope I succeed this time. It's a huge time drain. It often brings me down with the amount of, shall we say, trollage. Not personal trollage, but there's a lot of hatred being spilt around. I know I do talk about politics a bit, but there's some people who are super nasty with it. There's racism, there's bigotry, there's all kinds of intolerance, and it really gets me down. And there's just tons and tons of adverts you don't want. I hide them, unblock them. Cheers, Keltec. I'll see you later. talking of DJ Keltec, award-winning producer and DJ, and film score dude of late, and photographer plus actor. I've got to go back into the recording studio. I've got a song half made that I need to finish off, so I'm going to try and sort that out at some point. So it's all going on. There's loads of stuff going on, and I've been online for 20 minutes. There's only 2 people watching, so it may be a case that I can finish this chat early. Maybe I'll stop at 30 minutes actually, and then I can do some more work on the day job, the Dalek upstairs. I know I should be doing more Babylon 5, but as I said in my video a couple of days ago, the Babylon 5 videos do take a lot of time because, I mean, the edit takes about 3 hours, but I've got to sit and watch 4 episodes, which is about 4 hours, make notes, then do half an hour's talking about it, then do the edit, which takes 3 hours. It's a long chunk. I don't want to give up, obviously. I'm still interested in watching the show and seeing where it goes, and we're coming to the end of season 2, and I'd like to get on to season 3 and see how things change in all ways. But this is a very hectic time of the year, so there's a heck of a lot of stuff going on. What else can I say? I've also, I want to spend some time painting the Blake 7 figures that I think I showed in a previous video from Totter's Yard Customs. I've bought a really nice base. I'll show you the base I bought. Here it is. One sec. So the base is an Eagle Moss Doctor Who base. It's solid resin and it's made of hexagons, and all the gold at the moment is not quite finished. I've been putting the gold on myself with the, let's make the screen bigger. Let's just do that, shall we? Hang on. There we go. Back in center and turn that thing off. Display capture. There we go. So yeah, this is a Doctor Who Eagle Moss plinth. If you're lucky, you'll get it on eBay for under a tenner. Solid resin. It's got a little copyright notice on the back saying DW logo 2012 and TM BBC. It doesn't come painted or any of those gold lines. I'm drawing those gold lines on with a gel pen. It's not perfect, but I'll be sorting it out. A bit dusty. But they are perfect fit for the Blake 7 3D printed. Look at that. How cool is he? Oh, can't wait to start painting him. It's mostly black, admittedly, but they fit perfectly on the stands like that. Look at that. So I've got 5 Blake 7 figures to paint up and do. What I plan to do is to put a backboard up here with to scale about that big, Zen, the computer, because Zen is essentially the 7th member of Blake 7. It's not Aurak, it's Zen. So you've got 6 main characters and Zen. So it'd be nice to have a Zen up here and have all Blake 7s, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then you've got room for 1, 2, 3, 4 other characters. So I've got Servalan, I've got the Federation Trooper. So, you know, there's going to be a couple more villains, possibly Travis, things like that. I can't wait for Avon. Avon is on the way, Callie is on the way, Sulin is on the way, and Villa, etc. will be on the way soon. So that's a really nice thing. You can get that off eBay. There's still some floating around. It's an Eagle Moss Doctor Who figures stand, but these are made in the same scale. So you'd have to go to Totter's Yard Customs. I'll put the link in the description for these figures, if you can still get them. He's doing certain runs, I think, at the moment, but I want to start painting, so I will be doing something with those. Let's have a quick look. I printed out some notes of the panels, so the guest panels that I'll be referring to. The timings are there, but they may move. Obviously, I've got to get a watch and literally try and stick to the schedule, otherwise things get really wrong. Let me quickly refresh the chat to see if there's anyone else talking. Probably not. Anyway, so Saturday's panels. Saturday's the busy one. Look at that. Saturday. Let's put up to the camera. Red Dwarf panel. Matthew Horn interview. Cosplay competition at 12:40. Doctor Who panel. James Sutton, History of the Sonic Screwdriver. I think he's just talking about that himself. Book launch. Risi Pontiff, his 8th Doctor book, Leap of Faith book launch interview. I don't know if I'm hosting all of these, but I'm hosting a lot of them. Sunday's panel timetable. Author panel. There'll be a bunch of authors. Interview with Nick Rabato. He's the guy who basically is a prop maker for Doctor Who. Who's made all the Sonics for all the Doctors in the new era, plus other little props. Sunday cosplay competition, and 2 o'clock the artists panel. I've got some friends on the artist panel, notably Simon Wyatt, Simon Williams, and others who are, some I know, some I don't know. There's going to be quite a lot of artists there. Mike Collins, of course, mate of mine. And also Mike Collins is a storyboard artist for Doctor Who. So it's all going on. It's Emma. Hello, sweetie. How you doing? Hope you're feeling as good as possible. You can as you can feel. I did mention that I've got to go into the recording studio at some time. Be nice to see you. We have music to make, and yeah. So just another a quick recap. I know I've said this for people who may be watching this on the replay. I know I've said this before, but there are new viewers. Put the pop up, not that one, that one. So these are the guests, plus one more, which is Louise Jameson, who played Leela in Doctor Who, not Leela in Futurama. If you're a certain age, you'll remember as Rosa DiMarco, Beppe's mother in EastEnders. And you'll be there on Saturday. Awesome. I will be the proverbial blue-arsed fly, or headless chicken, whatever floats your boat, because I've got so much to do. But it's going to be fun, isn't it? So we've got all these guests, and I need to think of questions, good questions, to ask all these guests. So it's all the ones on screen, plus Louise Jameson. I'm not amazingly au fait with Gavin and Stacey. I know it's a sitcom with Matthew Horn, James Corden, Rob Brydon et al. And, it's a sitcom about Gavin, who's a Londoner, and Stacey's from Wales, and they fall in love, etc. And Nessa, obviously Ruth Jones. But I don't think I've seen a full episode of it. I've seen clips, obviously. I will be getting the audience to ask a lot of Q&A stuff, questions in the crowd, because I think that's the best fun for an audience, not to just sit there and watch me interviewing them, but to so they can get their questions asked, and there's never enough time to get questions asked. So I'm going to ask a couple of questions, which is why I want some suggestions in the comments, and then I'm going to turn it over to the audience. Maybe I'll run around if I've got a mic and let them ask questions. But we don't have a lot of time. So for example, the Matthew Horn is like half an hour. We've got half an hour. No, we've got more than half an hour. We might have 45 minutes to an hour. Paul McGann's, sorry, that's photos. What am I talking about? Red Dwarf panel, 10:50. Then the Matthew Horn is 11:40. So, hang on, there you go. You can see the timings. I've got to stick to the timings, otherwise things run late and everything goes out the window, because, I've got to host a cosplay competition at 12:40, for example. So I've got to make sure I fit in all these timings quite well. It's been a long time since I wore a watch. I've got 2 watches, and one of them is a limited edition number 1138. I think it is, of Star Wars watch that has actual Tunisian sand in the dial. It's a really nice watch, and that's run out. The battery's died on it. The other watch I've got is a very cool digital futuristic watch that I can't really read because my eyesight's so bad. So maybe I'll go back to wearing a stopwatch like I did in the boy band days, so I can just go, yo, know what time it is. That might be a good idea, actually. pick up a cheap stopwatch. That'd be a blast from the past. Or I could get a pocket watch because I've got the suit, haven't I, with all the stars and nebulas and stuff on. I could get like a pocket watch and go, let me just see the time on my pocket watch. That'd be quite fun. Yeah, so as you can probably tell by how fast I'm talking, I'm at the moment excited, running on nervous energy, and probably stressed. But that's nothing. It'll get worse every day until next weekend. So yes, lots going on, and there are now 3 people watching. So I'm guessing that would be Cardiff 1-1, Emma, and a lurker. Whoever you are, say hi in the chat. Go on, say hello. By the way, if you're thinking of subscribing to my channel and you haven't, please do. Just hit the subscribe button. You don't have to hit the bell to get every video unless you really want to see my videos. But even if you don't watch my videos, the algorithm just wants to see that my numbers are going up. You know what I mean? That would be great. I'm now on about 779 subscribers. I'd love to get to 1,000, but even then, it doesn't mean I qualify for monetization. I've got to get up to 4,000 watch hours, and I'm only on about 2,800, and that's kind of going down every day, and then it's going up every day. So it's taking a while. So I've got to keep doing videos. I've got to keep shoveling content into the locomotive that is YouTube. Anyway. Let's get rid of the thing. Ooh, why am I all stretched? I don't want to be stretched. Ooh, it's still a bit stretchy, isn't it? What's going on there? One day I'll get the hang of this. No, that's not it. Oh, was that it? No. Oh, it doesn't matter. Let's just turn off the display capture. There we go. Yeah, so I think I've said everything I need to say. It's like things to do. I know it's Saturday, and I've already done 3 hours work on the side job. I've still got day job stuff to do. It's a stupidly nice day. I've got to go out and get some shopping. Yeah, nightmare. How much fun will that be? I was really looking around to try and at one point I was going to make the nightmare helmet for people to have photos with Hugo, because you won't even see their face and it'll just be like yay. But I honestly haven't had the time. I didn't forward on 3D printing files for a nightmare helmet to the organisers if they want to do it, but yeah, I can't do much. But while you're all watching again, I'll mention it again. These are the cosplay awards for... There are other prizes. The organisers will be sorting out prizes, but we've got 4th place bronze, 3rd place silver, 2nd place gold medals, and the first one used to use a bin as a kid. Well, that's essentially what it is. It's just a blindfold, isn't it? But it looked quite cool. It's actually decorated with string, you know, like almost like the sort of string you see on my curtain there, that kind of tie back. It's just that stuff sort of stuck all around and glued on into curls and twists and stuff. I was going to make one. I don't think it'd be too difficult to make, but I just honestly haven't got the time or the budget. But first prize cosplay for every day. I mean, there's going to be 6 of these, so these are for Saturday. There'll be another set of these for Sunday, and also a trophy, like a cup, like a mini FA Cup thing with a plate on it and a logo, and that will be either silver or gold. I don't know yet. It depends on what's available. So I've been working on those, and it's going to be good. It's going to be good. Wow, we got 5 viewers watching. So if you haven't chatted, all right, you kept falling over as I know what to play with. Yeah. Now, on the one hand, I can see that as I was playing Nightmare. On the other hand, people would sit from the outside would go, yeah, my daughter's a bit weird. She's running around the house with a bucket on her head. She runs into rooms and says, where am I? You know. Nightmare. What a nightmare. Early computer graphics as well. And a lot of matte paintings and stuff like that. But what a show. What a show. People might not know that Hugo Myers was the dungeon master type guy. I forget his name. Was it Treguard? Treguard, I think it was. And in later series of Nightmare, he was joined by an elf character called Pickle, played by the great David Lerner, who wore the costume and played Marvin the Paranoid Android. He didn't do the voice initially. He did the voice on set, but it was redubbed with Stephen Moore. But there was a play of Hitchhikers long before the TV series, and David Lerner played Marvin in that, and he did the kind of Marvin voice. So it's a shame we couldn't get him to come along, to be with Hugo. That would have been great. But I will nag him one day, maybe next year. Maybe next year we'll get him coming along. Oh, another thing I wanted to say. My publisher, Candy Jar, have commissioned a book especially for BarryCon. It's one of their collection of Doctor Who spin-offs, the Lucy Wilson mysteries, or Lucy Wilson Adventures. This book is called The Games Master, and that's going to be a special printing of that book coming out especially for BarryCon. Pickle, yeah. And hello, Pickle. And if you didn't know who Lucy Wilson is, it's at the moment, until things change, and they might not, it's a canon character created by Sean at Candy Jar. Lucy Wilson is the granddaughter of the Brigadier Alistair Gordon Lethbridge Stewart from UNIT. She's the granddaughter. It's Darren. Hi, mate. I've just sent you an email. I hope you got it. Earlier on in this video, I've been talking about all the stuff that's coming up, and the main reason I'm here is because I would like at some point to get people to suggest questions for these guests. All of these, plus Louise Jameson, Leela, because I'm running the panels, the interviews, and I would like to get some juicy questions for all of these guests that I might be able to use. That would be good. People can put them in the description once you're watching this thing. Anyone else in the chat want to say hello? That would be cool. Like I say, I do I do really want to see if I can get to 1,000 subscribers. And when I look at my graphs and analytics and stuff on YouTube, it says that about 40% of the viewers on this channel aren't subscribed. And I know a lot of YouTubers say all the same stuff, but just subscribe. You don't have to watch all my videos. You don't even have to tick the little bell icon. And they say, hit the like, hit the subscribe, share it, like it, post it, and hit the little bell so you get notification. I don't care if you don't see all my videos. Just subscribe. Just push me numbers up. Now, I've got to get up to 1,000, and then we got to see about getting the watch hours up, which means I've just got to do more videos. Anyway, I'll keep going, seeing as there's now 9 people watching. So hello if you've just joined. I can't repeat myself again, but when you see this video from the start, you'll see that I'm talking about Barry Card and CollectorCon. I would welcome some questions for all these guests, plus Louise Jameson. Purple Fido, hello mate, how you doing? And yeah, I'm getting more and more stressed because I kind of have an extra job on top of the other jobs I do. So now I've got voiceover work, audiobooks, etc., and gambling machine game voiceovers, character stuff, corporate voiceovers. I've got illustration for Candy Jar, illustration for other people, and now I've got also I can occasionally make stuff. I've got the YouTube channel, which isn't really a job yet, and I've got another side job, which is a completely different industry, as it were, making stuff and helping out, which is a couple of days a week, and it's all good fun, and it helps pay the bills. But that means I'm up till 4 o'clock almost every morning. I don't know how long my body can last, because I'm an old man. But things will be quieter after this weekend. As I said earlier, I'm going to try and neglect to use my Facebook page, my personal Facebook page from now on. Well, from next week onwards. I'm going to post links to Facebook, to my YouTube channel, but I'm not going to man my personal page. I'll remove me photos and stuff, so it'll just be a kind of dead thing. Did you know Facebook has a facility where you can lock your page so no one can see it? It can be up, but like you could just see like a holding page, and like you can't see any of your. For Christian, I was just talking about you, mate. You must have ears must have been thinking, how are you doing? I was rather concerned. Um, I know you've had some issues recently. You know, sort of not feeling too great, and I'm hoping you're kind of coping as best you can. Um, so yes, Emma. Facebook is a huge time drain. It's full of adverts and not very nice comments from people. In general, um, it's certainly bringing out the trolls and the edge lords and those types of people, and I don't know why I waste my time with it. So yeah, Instagram's my jam, I think. Um, yes, I did join Toot many years ago, and I haven't touched it since. Um, it is, there's a Welsh Toot, isn't there? And I did try Blue Sky for a while, um, and that's not bad. Oh, I see, mate. Okay. Yeah, I remember you saying that your eyesight was not great. So, dang, legally blind now. Not illegally, legally blind. That's rough, mate. Um, you have my sympathy. I mean, like I've just had cataract surgery on my right eye, and it's still not perfect. I've got blurry things floating around, and the focus is all over the shop. And I'm due another operation on my left eye. Um, and as you know, like yourself, we have very visual based lives. If I lose my eyesight, I guess I'll be listening to Big Finish audios for the rest of my life because I can't watch stuff. Um, let's have a look. Emma, it's Toot has really moved on and popular, really secure. Oh, good stuff. I did enjoy Blue Sky for a bit, but again, it's like anything. As soon as it starts, it's all very well intentioned to begin with, but then, the horrible people start muscling in, and before too long, it just turns into another social media app that you don't like. I've never got on with Twitter, and I've left X, thank goodness. That was a real hive of scum and villainy. Instagram is my jam, really. I quite like it. There are still major arse buckets on Instagram, but you can avoid them. Um, I just blocked someone who was just not being very nice. I gave them every chance to be decent, and they just carried on being horrible. So I'm like, sorry, I ain't got time anymore. You do you, go somewhere. And like my YouTube channel, as I always say on my YouTube channel, feel free to comment and stuff. Constructive criticism, all very fine. But if you're going to start fights or insult me or slag off my opinions, you're not going to get your comment approved. As simple as that. And you may even get banned from the thing, because it's not that I'm looking for praise. It's just I don't need meanness to anybody, to myself or anybody. A lot of people like to jump on and go, "What do you mean David Tennant's the best Doctor?" Or "What do you mean blah blah blah?" And they'll just like call me everything going. I got slagged off for a YouTube video title which said, what was the title? Um, oh, is Marvel running out of ideas? And what I meant by that, and as I explained in the video, Marvel have used up all their big top tier um, characters. Your Iron Man was never a top tier character to begin with, but Spider Man, Hulk, Captain America, Blade, Black Panther, Fantastic Four, X Men, so they've kind of used all those up. And now I suggested other characters, and someone had a right go at me, going, "Oh, clickbait title. Of course they've got loads of characters." I said, I didn't say they got loads of characters. I'm saying they're running out of the big popular characters, and there's still a few left to do, like Nova and Machine Man, etc., etc. And yes, everyone's got an opinion, but there's no need to be an arse about it. If you're going to be an arse about it, then I'm sorry, go and be an arse about it somewhere else. Right, what's the chat say? I like the fact there's no bots on it. This is Toot we're talking about, and photos are secure, etc. I posted the birthday photos within minutes. People have downloaded. Oh, blimey. Yeah, people love to argue online because, again, it's safety behind the keyboard, isn't it? People, I've always said this, if I go out into the street and ask 1,000 people, spend all day asking people, are you racist? They'll go, no. And then you go on Facebook, or even on the Facebook page for my own town, racists everywhere. It's tiring, isn't it? It's tiring. I'm not virtue signaling, but I grew up in London where it was a very, very mixed society. The part of London I grew up in was very much Irish dominated population, because a lot of Irish people moved there after the war looking for work. But, our neighbours were Indian. There were black people across the street playing some reggae all day and all night. This is where I first heard UB40, Bob Marley, etc. So that was fun. We had a Chinese guy living next to them, two guys who were really into their martial arts. We used to call him Bruce Lee, literally. I was 9. Around the corner from where I lived was a black woman called Elizabeth Adair, who was an actress who was in the original series of The Tomorrow People. She still works in the area, I think, in the London area as some sort of counsellor now. But we knocked on her door and she gave us signed photos. She played Elizabeth in The Tomorrow People, and she was great. Yeah, I mean, my entire street is, Irish. Right at the top end was a family from Lebanon, and we all just hung out. We were all kids, and we all just hung out. And my best friend was half German, half Indian. We had a guy from, where was he from? His name was Riyadh. I think he was from Peru, possibly. I had a friend called Antonio Garcia from Spain. I had another friend called Victor Vieira from Portugal. I had a Chinese friend called Trevor Hong. That's right, was it Trevor Hong? Yeah, and he's now a bodybuilder. He looks ridiculously buff. And everything was fine. The black guys would make fun of us. We'd make fun of the black guys and the Asians and all this stuff. And it was because I was 10 when I moved from London, and everyone was fine. And even coming up to the 2000s with rap music and soul music and soul to soul and all that kind of stuff, there was a lot more racial unity. But as soon as social media and reality TV kicked in, it went downhill. It was like it's giving a voice to the Egypts. Yes, well said. I hate how society's going. You can't debate anymore. It's always got to be an argument. It's got to be personal. People, it's like if you're a superhero, you've got a certain set of rules. You don't kill and you don't do this and you don't do that. But if you're a bad guy, if you're the Joker, you can kill people and stuff. And people like to take that side of it. People want to be edgy. People want to be horrible. And they will happily pull out something personal or nasty when if you think of yourself as a good person, you generally don't punch below the belt. You know what I mean? But edgelords and bad guys, oh, I think I'll just have a go at you, your family, your personal choices, whatever they want to use, just to score points. And I'm sick to death of it. Anyway, it's turning into a bit of a rant. We've got 10 people watching. That's quite cool. Just so you know, guys and gals and whoever else is watching, say hi in the chat. We've got 10 minutes left before I nip off. It's a Saturday. It's very busy. The purpose of this video is to talk about Barry Card and Collector Con, which is happening next weekend. I'm hosting a lot of the panels. So the list of the guests is Matthew Horn from Gavin and Stacey, as you can see on screen. Also, where's my cursor gone? I've lost my cursor. There it is. Matthew Horn, Gavin and Stacey, Chris Barry from Red Dwarf, Norman Lovett and Hattie Hayridge both played Holly in Red Dwarf, Hugo Myatt from Nightmare, Paul McGann from Doctor Who, and with Nail and I'm going to ask him about that. Colin Baker from Doctor Who, obviously, Nicola Bryant from Doctor Who, and Sian Phillips from Dune and a bunch of other things. She's had a massively long career. What a lady. And also Louise Jameson, who played Leela. And as I've said many times in this video already, I'll message you later, Xbox. Okay. I still haven't messaged Lennis about the times, but I'll do that as soon as I get off this, all right? Anyway, yeah, Louise Jameson, who, as I said earlier, played Rosa DiMarco, Bepe's mother from EastEnders. Now, I'm looking for questions for all of these actors and celebs because I'm hosting the panels, and I'll ask them a couple of questions myself, and then we'll put it over to the audience to do a Q&A properly, because I know the audience are more important than me just standing there asking them questions. I know not everyone wants to ask questions. They might get a bit shy or not sure what to speak, or you might worry, is this a good enough question? But have a think. Put them in the comments of this video, and I will gather them together and see what we can do next weekend. That would be very cool. I guess I should start rounding this video up, because we're coming up to 51 minutes. I never really want to go longer than an hour, because most people don't watch it, because the nature of live videos is me talking to people in the chat, and it's a little bit repetitive because more people join and I have to restate what I've said earlier. And if you're watching that on the replay, it's like, oh, he's talking about that again. So I have so much to do. I've said this before. I've done quite a bit of work already this morning. On one job, I've got 2 or 3 other jobs to look at. I want to get some more work done on the Dalek cutaway model that I'm currently doing on my other YouTube videos, because I don't want to run out of steam on that. I've got the Blake 7 figures to start painting, and I've got an audiobook to start recording, but I won't do that until after the BarryCon, because it's all driving me mad. But that said, again, thank you for all watching and subscribing. I don't need that picture now, do I? No, that's me. Get rid of that one. Enlargify, please. There we go. I'm going to enlargify that. There we go. And again, if anyone wants to subscribe, that would be awesome. Like I say, you don't have to watch all my videos. You can just hit the subscribe button. Oh, Dirty Davros, hello. Have you thought about a heavy weapons Dalek? I've thought many times about a heavy weapons Dalek. In fact, the plastic dustbin that makes the top part of the heavy weapons Dalek, I came across one recently, and I gave it to a friend of mine who's thinking of building one. Do you know what? I don't know what to do about heavy weapons Dalek, because you can't buy a decent sized big figure of it. I suppose I could get the Dalek that I've currently got, cut it in half, and scratch build a heavy weapons. Because the ones I've got, they're the Dalek Sec NSD types. I could cut that in half possibly, and just change the top half into a heavy weapons Dalek in the modern 2005 styly. That might be fun, because that way I get to scratch build an entire top half using all the junk and stuff I've got and build a really big gun on the front. That's a really good idea now. You've got me excited. I would probably paint it. You'd have to paint it in gold, I think, to match the rest of the NSDs. But you don't have to. But again, if you left it in black, you wouldn't see all the oil and the grime that the heavy weapons Dalek requires to look cool. You know what I mean? But that's a great idea. It's a great suggestion. I'll keep that in mind. Heavy weapons Dalek is a big favourite with people, isn't it? So the Abomination, as he's called. I will keep that in mind, because I currently have 4 Daleks to play with. The first one is the Cutaway, which I'm working on right now. I would say I'm about a third of the way in on that. Then I've got another bronze one to do. Then I've got 2 black ones to play with. So yeah, one of those is definitely going to be Heavy Weapons Dalek, a complete custom, and they will be raffled most probably. I wouldn't, unless there's no interest in a raffle, I would just put it on eBay and sell it. See what I can get for it, like I did with my first custom Dalek. But the I would like to do a raffle because raffles are better in the way that people can only pay a small amount for a number of entries. And yes, if they don't win anything, they're out of pocket, but they haven't lost too much. And but that money will still go to keeping the lights on around here, and keeping, even at the very least, paying for my internet, which currently comes from my phone. My phone here is tethered to my PC. That's how I get my internet. I can't afford a separate internet connection like a big, everyone's on fiber and, really fast connections. I can't afford it. So I'm running on a shoestring. My mobile phone is my internet and stuff. Could you do the Daleks in the mummified style? One designed like each of the characters and sold with a DVD. Nah. I know that sounds negative, but mummified is kind of at the end of its life, as it were. Um, uh, yeah, heavy weapons Daleks are on 3D printing sites, but I don't have a 3D printer anymore, so I'm going to scratch build it. I mean, look, I came across this the other day. This is one of those torches. It's completely knackered. I tried to get it working, it wasn't working, but some nice stainless steel parts. That would make the basis of a good gun on the front of a custom heavy weapons Dalek. Going back to Mummified and Bloody Students, I was talking about this to somebody yesterday. It's like, in a way, it's quite fortunate that I'm not going ahead with Bloody Students, or I haven't been able to, because this coming up convention, I'd be talking to everyone going, because Chris Barry's going to be there, and I really wanted him to be the museum curator in the film, and I'd be like begging everyone to be in it. Um, but like Paul Putner and Nicola Cunningham and Sophie Aldred, who are all either in it or agreed to be in it, it's not happening, and now I feel like an idiot. It just wasn't possible. Um, I think it's cost of living at the moment. Cost of living and the fact that a lot of people hate me. Let's just talk about it, because I get a lot of grief for Off-World, and I stopped making. I stopped Way Out West for the same reason I stopped. Not so much Bloody Students. The main reason for Bloody Students stopping was like, there's not enough people willing to shell out for it, or to help, contribute to a Kickstarter. But by the same token, a lot of that is because people are like, oh, well, I didn't like Off-World, or I didn't see Off-World for 10 years, the best part of 10 years, so why should I give you money for another film? Fair enough, But I wasn't putting a gun to anyone's head and saying, you must give me money. And I didn't run off with anyone's money either. So the best I could do was deliver Mummified, which a lot of people liked, and it's on a couple of streamers. It's on the short film show, and it got selected for a couple of film festivals. Didn't win anything, but it got a nomination, a selection, which is fine. And it's a fun film. I want to give something back to the people who had done whatever they can, including the two actresses. Like I said, my current mojo for making films is almost non-existent, because I don't know when the situation and the whole timing is going to be right to look at that again. I'd like to one day, but Off-World is a huge ball and chain that I'm still connected with, and even before it was made, I was getting slagged off for not making it. Before it was delivered, I was getting slagged off for not delivering it. And when it came out, I was getting slagged off for it not being very good. I'm like, guys, my first film. And also, we had so many problems, but we still managed to deliver a film and still managed to get an American distributor. It's still not made a penny in profit for any of us. And no one is slagging off anyone else in the film. Cast, crew, producers, whatever. It's all on my head. And I don't need it anymore. I don't need the hassle. I'm proud of what we did, regardless. It's like my rap band. We didn't do amazingly well. We had 2 records in the charts. We had a 91 and a 64. And we toured the UK and we supported E17. But we're not Take That. We didn't. we got completely ignored in the recent Welsh hip hop exhibition in Cardiff Museum because clearly we're not cool enough. Fine. Um, but yeah, it's just a bit disappointing. It makes you wonder sometimes why even bother. I know it sounds really negative, but I've been very positive for a long time, and I guess I'm biting off. I'm being too wildly optimistic with these things. I should be just making them for myself and going, screw you guys, I'm going home. But just doing it for myself for the fun of it, you know. Anyway, guys, gals, and the 11 people watching, thanks for watching. If you watch this video from the start, the main point of this video is Barry Card and Collector Con. I'm looking for questions for all the celebrities, the guests you can see on their Facebook page. Very good lineup. I need questions for them because I'm hosting the panels. So put them in the comments down below. And I'm going to get out of here and try and make something of my Saturday. I'll probably end up upstairs building Dalek stuff. But hey, that's just good fun, isn't it? Anyway, thank you all for watching. Everybody there. I'll quickly run through the names. Christian, Keltec, Emma, Dirty Davros, Darren Zone, Cardiff 1-1, Purple Fido. I think I said you already, haven't I? I can't remember. And anyone else who may be watching, it would be awesome if you could give me hit the subscribe button and a like. Like I say, you don't have to. I will have fun at the con. Thank you, Dirty Davros. You don't have to tick the bell and ensure you watch all my videos, but just to get my numbers up, that would be very cool. We'll try and hit 1,000 this year. That would be so good. Anyway, that's it for me. I hate the way these videos end because no matter how long I wait before pressing the end stream button, it always cuts me off, like, you know. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit the end stream button, then I'm going to be quiet for a bit. I'll just wave, and we'll see how it goes. Anyway, that's it for me.